Ted Cluck, I have missed you in the studio.
Likewise, my friend. It's great to be back.
Where have you been?
Well, I was in Rome, Italy.
No big deal.
Little city, maybe you've heard of it. But I was in Rome for a while. Came back, got deathly ill.
I know.
I was on death's door, just holding my podcast mic, going, one day I'll be, not my family, like just reaching out and smacked my wife's hand away and just, like, give me the podcast mic. But we're back. We're back in studio.
I missed you.
I know it. And excited for what today is going to bring. We've got some great guests.
Listen, we've already had all the introductions before we hit record. So I'm so curious. I'm going to let them introduce themselves to us, because I need to know how this particular male guest is going to introduce himself to us. Welcome to the show, Mr.
Hello.
Craig.
Hello. Some people refer to me as William.
Okay.
Others Will. Some people think William's too formal, but I think William's just fine.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be called William today.
That's what I've always called you. And then when I hear people like Cecily, welcome to the show, Cecily.
It's a freshman year thing. I mean, it's you introduce yourself to so many different people.
Will.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you don't have the right hair to be a Will.
I don't think so.
You gotta have that floppy '90s kind of like skater hair. Have you ever seen
I'm just
Will
not
Hunting?
emo enough. Oh man.
Yeah. Do you love that movie?
It's pretty good.
That's in my Will Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
My Will Mount Rushmore.
But I mean, I tend to use Will when I go to restaurants.
Oh, interesting.
That's really
shorter. It's easier.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever kicked the tires on Liam? Because that's a bit of a
Oh
deal,
man.
dude. Yeah.
Liam's it's so majestic.
Yeah, it's majestic.
I think you've got the hair for a Liam.
Now, if you're Liam,
I'm not buff enough.
Oh.
that comes with a whole different
Liam
persona.
Hemsworth, that man is
Different persona.
I'm a runner. What am I supposed to do? I'm about 50 pounds too light.
If you're going by Liam, you got to play the acoustic and probably take the shirt off as soon as it gets above like 61 degrees.
Of course.
Where are you at on the acoustic? Are you that guy?
Oh no, I'm not musically talented whatsoever.
Me neither. It's okay.
I can sing.
Yeah. Really?
In church.
Okay.
With the music turned up really loudly.
There you go. Attaboy.
We'll save it for West Jackson.
Love it.
I'm so glad that both of y'all are here. Okay, in all seriousness, I'm going to call you William because that's what I've always called you, even though my mind is saying Liam, Will, Mr. Craig,
It's all right.
Will I am, all the things. Okay, both of you all tell us, just give us teeny tiny, let's not go big, long, deep background. Just, you're both seniors, so tell us where you're from, and you're getting a degree, you're going to graduate. Bravo, yay, Ted, for that. People graduate, that's important. And what was your reasoning for coming to Union? You're both athletes.
You want to go with me?
Yeah, you go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Cecily. I'm from the Memphis area.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm an athlete, so golf brought me here.
Golf, I love it.
Mm-hmm. But my sister went here first, so she graduated last year. She's amazing, and I really did not want to go to Union, but golf brought me here, and the Lord brought me here mainly. And yeah, I graduated in December with a business administration degree, and I'll finish my MBA in the spring.
I forget that every time. How old are you when you start playing golf?
Oh, 6.
Isn't that crazy? Are you a golfer, Ted?
No, I've never played. I had the summer of golf one time where me and my friend Zach, we both bought plaid pants. And we were going to teach ourselves. We were going to go golfing. And we got a bucket of balls at the driving range and we tried. And we were both so horrendous. And we both have, bad tempers. So that was the end of the summer of golf.
Yeah.
But I still have the plaid pants. So
I love it. Why didn't you wear them today?
Oh, I've got Scholars of Excellence tonight,
Okay,
friend. I'm a dancing monkey for Union for the rest of the evening, so I had to keep it professional,
I love it. Okay, William, Will, Mr. Craig, Liam.
Yes, William.
What's your story?
So I'm very similar. I came here because of athletics. Originally toured because of cross country.
Yeah.
And just fell in love with the campus. And so from there, Union had a great nursing program. So I decided to come here for nursing and athletics, run cross country here on campus. Got my sweatshirt right here.
I love it.
And then I'm going to be graduating with my BSN.
Yeah.
My Bachelor's of Science in Nursing and taking my NCLEX somewhere around the mid-June.
Holy smokes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
About to be a real nurse.
A real nurse.
Registered nurse.
Yeah. Dude, no.
I can do an IV.
Yeah. Are you confident there doing the IVs?
No.
No?
No.
Talk me through that, dude. What's the hang up? Let me
I just stink at IVs right now.
Okay.
I'm pretty green when it comes to procedures
Sure.
and when it comes to skills. So
what's your bedside manner like?
Oh,
are you calming them down?
It's very nice.
Yeah,
I
It's
can
very
see
calming.
that. I feel like that's where I'm going to feel
I try
really
to encourage,
good. Yes.
deep breathing.
Dude,
Yeah.
you land a little conversation on them as
Yeah,
you put that little slob
yeah.
right here, and then
Kinda
do
go
they
from
still
the
tie
inside
the
out.
little rubber
We
band
do
around the
use the
bicep?
tourniquet.
Yeah, interesting.
And so it just keeps keeps the veins popping.
Keeps the veins popping.
But man,
Yeah.
it's just hard to really get in there. They flinch sometimes. They look at
I
me funny.
flinch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are bad with needles, so
Hey,
think I'm
I don't
not
have good
particularly
veins.
Really?
I'm not a good candidate for it. So I'm the person that has to be poked and prodded, and let's try this arm, and let's try the top of your hand. And I'm like, how about I leave because I'm done?
Now, do you watch like medical shows and movies? Is that part of the kind of the procedure for you?
often.
Yeah.
Sometimes I love Pitt. It's this brand new show on HBO Max, but it's like emergency department. It is real. There's
Yeah.
some real stuff in there.
Dude,
So
I dig that.
You see a lot. Like I like the real accurate shows.
Yeah.
Don't get me talking about Grey's Anatomy.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
we grew up
That's
on
glorified
ER.
doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, the nurses
ER.
are just disposable in that show.
Oh, hush.
yeah.
Hush. I don't want
Shout
to
out
hear
the
it.
nurses.
Yeah.
You know, they matter too, doggone it.
We try our hardest.
Yeah, you do. Trying your hearts out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, y'all couldn't be any more different because, Cecily, this is not in your area of interest whatsoever.
No, I pass out at the side of
Yeah. Okay, you're getting your, what'd you say, master's in
MBA. Business administration.
Okay, and what do you want to be when you grow up, Cecily?
A financial advisor. That's my version of fun.
That's
Got
great.
needles.
That
You
is,
I've got numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah.
I'm
Needles
not
and
that,
numbers.
needles and
Podcast
numbers.
title.
Needles and numbers.
Tuck that away.
That's great. That's awesome.
Hide that away in your heart. Friend.
Yeah.
You won't even have to send the text to me. What should we call
I
this
know.
in 30
Needles
minutes?
and numbers. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that, needles and numbers. Okay, you knew what you wanted to major in when you came in.
Yes.
Cecily, did you know? No.
Well, so this was my plan. If golf hadn't brought me here, I was going to technical school for welding.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Stop it right
Dude,
now.
go on. I find that fascinating.
So I thought I was going to be a nurse
Okay,
my junior
okay.
year of high school. Okay. And we did like the practice needles on the fake arms. Do y'all do that?
Yeah, we do.
Killed it. I was great at it. Good at
Awesome.
needles.
Nice.
And then
Better than
it
me.
came to my mom suggested that I give her, she takes a B12 shot, give her B12 shot. And
Oh.
I passed out trying to give her B12
Oh,
shot.
no.
I was like, Mom, I can't do this. So nursing was off the list, but I was still in the class, and across the class was this welding lab. And instead of paying attention to the teacher, I'd like, what are they doing in there? So my senior year, I took welding, fell in love with it. It's like golf. Or,
Yeah.
okay, it's like crocheting or baking a cake. It's
Okay.
very, like, particular,
Yes.
hands-on. I love that. So I fell in love with that, and then I was like, golf is not for me. I don't want to go to college.
Yeah.
But I'd already signed my contract to
Oh.
go to Union. And so I came
Wow.
in management to open my own fabrication shop. And then...
This is tremendous.
It's
I never
big
knew this
switch.
about you,
No,
Cecily.
it's a big
What is
switch.
going on?
Yeah.
The Lord just developed other skills and showed me how I can help people differently. And
Sure.
I've kind of fell in love with finance and...
Finance and welding. I totally see the connection.
Right.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
No, I love
It's
it.
a big jump, but...
That's incredible. So in your high school, there was a welding class.
Yes.
Okay. And did you ever take that class?
Oh, yes. My
Yes.
senior year.
You were all in there your senior year.
I was the
Well,
only girl. It was intimidating.
yeah. Yeah.
Dude, lots of sparks and like those hoods with the thing. Yeah.
When we were in
Tremendous.
COVID,
Yeah.
did that bring back some memories of when a mask that we had to wear? Remember, we had those on campus.
Yeah, like the welding helmets.
Yeah, like a little
we wore those.
shield.
Well, COVID was when I was in that
Stay
class.
safe.
Oh,
So I was wearing a mask under my hood.
Good grief.
Oh.
you
Wow.
were right at home.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
You were right at home. Okay, I love the fact that you're both athletes. Y'all know that I'm a huge fan. Ted and I both are.
Yeah, for sure.
Neither one of us are a runner.
Nope.
Neither one of us can play
I
golf.
like to sprint though. Yeah, I don't do long distance like him, but you know.
What's the longest you can run?
I've ran a half marathon. That's about it.
And that's
I'm not a really big, long distance runner.
because in
But I
cross
love
country,
the 5K and the 8K.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what y'all do.
That's my specialty.
Yeah. What's the best time you've ever run? This means absolutely
Okay,
nothing to
right.
me, but
For a 5K, the best time I've run is a 16:54,
okay.
and then for an 8K,
That's like what's that, a mile?
5:20s,
Man, flying.
5:20s.
Just flying.
Holy smokes.
It was on a track. It was on a track.
Flames
Okay.
coming off your feet.
It was
yeah,
flat.
yeah.
But I will say, I almost passed out after that race.
Okay.
Had some friends put my feet above my head.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
just laid there.
Mercy.
That's a
a
cool
lot.
feeling though, to be completely spent in
Yes.
competition.
Yes, it is.
You know? Yeah.
And then the 8K, that's like the college distance.
Okay.
It's about 5 miles. Best time was 27:40.
Okay.
Listen,
So-
sounds great to me.
Thank you.
Okay,
So,
I know.
I have another running question.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, because you're turning Ted into a runner.
No.
Okay.
You're
This is-
welcome to run with me anytime.
I would love
Please.
to, actually.
We
That
could
would,
go to the
that would
gym.
actually be
Please.
super
They've
fun.
got
man.
treadmills lined up. We
Yeah,
could
yeah.
just right next to each other.
I'd like to run outside, though. I like the terrain and the geography of the whole thing.
We have a campus loop that's
yeah.
exactly 2 miles.
Dude, I love it.
We
We
run
should
that thing
we
all
should
the
knock
time.
that out together sometime.
Let's do it.
You'd have to go slow for Big T, though. 'cause
That's all right.
We're not gonna, yeah. My
can
question
walk.
my question was, have you ever run a 40-yard dash for time? Because that's more like my distance. That's more.
I've never run a 40-yard dash for
40
time.
yards.
See, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run the loop with you, and then we're gonna get you on the clock for the 40 and see who's faster over 40 yards.
See, I'd be scared to get beat by you. That would be. I mean, you look pretty fast,
Dude, I'm pretty quick for 40.
I
Yeah,
mean,
pretty
oh,
quick for
man.
40. After that, it kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
But, we'll do it, man. I love this project. Little side
Oh,
project.
my gosh.
Great. Yeah.
Please, Scott Lancaster, grab a camera and let's document this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love your story. I don't know if Ted's ever heard your story. William, Will I am, Liam, whoever you are.
I'm here.
Talk about. Share with us who you were as a person when you came into Union, and as an athlete, we know that you've established that. But who we see today and sits at this table today, is not who you were as a freshman. So share with us a little bit about that journey and the key people in your life that helped you grow up in your faith.
Yeah, it's a great question because there's a lot there. Coming into Union, I was really excited. I'm still that same bubbly person that I am now, but just took that energy and put it into everything that was wrong. So chasing the wrong things, being friends with the wrong people, and not living for Christ. I mean, that was kind of the theme of freshman year, especially the first 2 or 3 weeks. That's when, I mean, I did get in trouble. I got caught on campus, being in girls' dorm rooms and, being with like alcohol. And so it was not starting off on the right foot. I would say I did not start off on the right foot coming into Union, and just wasn't dedicated to why I was here. Because I was here to be an athlete. I was here to be a student, but I was focusing on being friends with people and hanging out on the weekends. So it's just a lot of distractions, and it took almost all the way up until, last summer to really have the Lord open up my eyes and show how good He is. But there were multiple people working on me. Stephen Hurdy was a good guy. He was my roommate for 2 years, and he was there through everything. So
Was he cross country?
he
or
was
no?
cross country as
Okay.
well. So Stephen, he graduated last year.
Okay.
He graduated early, but he was younger than me. He's married now, but he had so much wisdom to give me, and he was there whenever I would mess up. He was there whenever I would come back and tell him some crazy stories, and he wouldn't judge, but he would just lead me in the right direction. Coach Bell was great. He did not give up on me, thank goodness. There were plenty of times where he had the opportunity to.
Sure.
Being an athlete, you're set to a higher standard, and so whenever you're not exemplifying the goals that we have set out at the beginning of the year, it's of course to be, dedicated to your sport, and of course dedicated to Union's values. And so when you're out going to different people's dorms and not being dedicated to those values, that's contradictory to what you need to be as an athlete. A good athlete is going to be dedicated to their sport. And so freshman year, I was just more selfish. I was thinking of myself, not thinking of the team and thinking of why I was here. Yeah. So it was Steven, Coach Bell, one of my friends, Ryan Keaton. He was great too. He's a great example of someone who he's read his Bible. He's been consistent. He's been someone who he's just been consistent with his relationship with the Lord. Yeah. And there's not much that he said to me, but it's just that action that I've seen that's really helped me to know that you can make that your priority. You don't have to say that you're making the Lord your priority. It's not about what you say. It's about what you do. Yeah. And this summer the Lord just spoke to me and He said, "William, are you making me the number one priority in your life?" And I had to really think. I was like, there's so many different things in my life. I love nursing. I love people. I love talking. I love Union and I love running, but was the Lord really the top? because he's the reason for all those things.
Yeah.
Those things, they seem like priorities, but the only reason you're able to be in those places is because the Lord allowed you to.
Yeah.
He's the breath in our lungs.
Yeah.
And he's the breath in my lungs whenever I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
So he's given me that opportunity, and just got to sit down and really get into the Word and look at how good the Lord is. I mean, how he changes lives. Like, if it were for just me, I would not be in this place. But thank goodness for mercy and transformation.
Amen.
So
Yeah.
that's where Union's been so instrumental with that. That's a great environment to grow in your faith and grow towards the Lord. And if it weren't for this environment, if we were in a different school where they didn't have that Christ-centered value, they didn't have the values of let's keep bringing you back to Christ.
Right.
We have those chapels, we have speakers, we have people who are so passionate. Even the faculty, they're so passionate about Christ, and that it chips away at you. You realize, like, why do these people have so much joy?
Yeah, that's right.
Why are these people so dedicated to something that seems so monotonous?
Yeah.
School and homework, it's tough, but you look at that and you see how good the Lord is through all that.
For
I
sure.
love that.
For sure.
I
Yeah.
love that. Cecily, I know that that's not your story. I know that's not your story. When you look back over 4 years, it just goes so fast. It goes so fast. And you've played golf this whole time. And what a gift that you've been given, that you could take that gift and that talent, bring it to Union, play golf, go to school, get your education. What has the Lord taught you? What has he revealed to you in these 4 years that you've been here as a student athlete?
He's taught me so much confidence in who I am and him and these gifts that he's given me outside of golf. So when I came into athletics, I was somewhat disenchanted with the athletics culture. Very much a disengaged employee is what we would say.
Yeah.
Sure.
In the business world.
Yeah.
And slowly over time, I've seen leadership in athletics change and evolve, and students stepping up and getting involved themselves with FCA and even my involvement in other things. The Lord really taught me to be fully engaged with where I'm at right now and to be confident in the gifts that he's given me and how to be a servant leader through that. Whereas I think naturally I'm kind of a taker of a person, There's always somebody who gives love in a relationship. There's always somebody who takes love, and I tend to be the taker. But he's really taught me how to lead and serve selflessly and try to serve without a spotlight and kind of without a selfish desire. I'm doing this because I'm getting something out of it.
Yeah. Are you still going to play golf?
I'll put the gloves down for a little bit, but then I'll pick them right back up.
Are you still going to weld?
I have a stick welder in my garage, but I haven't done it in a few years.
See, the version of your life that I'm envisioning, and it involves welding at some level,
The
Maybe
FCA welding event.
Yeah, recreational welding,
I think
just
I would,
here and there.
blow right
Yeah.
through the metal right now, though.
Yeah.
Muscle memory.
You're out of practice on it. I actually have a project if you want to do some welding. I have a giant silver pin
I heard about this.
that I used to give as a trophy for my best rider every week, and they could carry it around with them like the Stanley Cup.
I've
And-
never heard about this.
Yeah, no, it's a whole long story. A friend of mine, a discipler of me, gave it to me. This guy, when I was in a bad way in my writing career, he gifted me with the silver pen and essentially said, "Don't give up." And so I've had it with me, and I brought it here when I came to Union and began to use it as a trophy. But apparently, it wasn't made to be hauled around by college kids week after week, and it literally broke in half. But it's in 2 pieces in my office. If you want to, take a shot at it. Yeah, that'd be incredible. See,
We'll see.
no, it's already ruined. I mean, it can't get any worse.
Yeah.
So we got nothing to lose at this point, Cecily. Yeah. So
That's
we'll have a look
awesome.
at it. We'll talk after. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Okay, when you guys look back on your time here at Union, because you're leaving, you're going to leave us, which is so bizarre to me. It's so bizarre.
It's the hardest part of the
coming so
shop,
fast.
friend.
It's the worst
Yeah,
part.
occupational hazard.
It
You
is-
get close to people and then
yes.
they leave.
Yeah, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, is Will able to give IVs? I'm going to worry about that 2 years from now. I hope he's progressed in that.
You're really going to worry if you're in the chair and
Yes,
he's the one
I
tying
am.
the tourniquet around your
Going
bicep.
to be like, you
know?
sure do look like William Craig. Where do you see the most growth? Where could you look back and go, man, alive, I am not the same person that I was 4.5 years ago. What is that you see in yourself that you think, man, I am so different. I have completely changed. Because these 4 years, they say, whoever they are, They say that these are the second most formative years of your entire life outside of 0 to 5.
I've heard of that. I've heard
That's
Fascinating.
insane to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane that much growth and change is happening in such a short amount of time, in only 4 years. So I know that you look back at that freshman kid and go, wow, holy smokes, I'm not the same person. Where do you think you see the most growth in your life since you've been here?
I would say increased confidence and reliance in the Lord. I know I just said that, but it's so true. I mean, the Lord, through other people and through external circumstances and trials in these 4 years, and how incredible of a support system that I've had, has taught me to trust his plan and not my plan for my life, and to come to him in prayer when I'm hurting and other people are hurting, and to stay in the word, because if I fall away, I know that I've fallen, and I can feel that, and I can feel the distance from the Lord, and just to continue to stay faithful to him and to trust in his plan.
Who's your favorite professor? Who's your favorite professor? All since you've been here, let's give that person a shout out. I know you'd say they all are. I love them all. We know that, Ted.
They've never had me in class, just as a caveat, for my ego.
Yes. So who has just been somebody, who's been a faculty person that you're like, oh man, they have really shaped me, and maybe the craft and like what you have learned, but just also like watching them as they live their life too.
Probably April Rousey.
Oh wow, I love it.
Yeah, her poise and confidence. And she even introduced me to university relations. Like, she just saw that in me as a sophomore and said, you know what, you'd be really good at that.
That's awesome.
And that has since changed my trajectory too. So just like watching her example
And she teaches what?
management.
Okay.
She's also an MBA professor. So
Okay.
okay. She's double. She's cool.
I love that. I love that.
She's amazing.
Okay, well, what about you? Where can you look back over 4 years and go, man, what is it? Listen, is it, can I say Jesus is not the answer to this question?
Yeah. I never had him in class, but I still kind of hope it's me just a little bit.
Who, and
That would be a crazy comeback.
That
By the
would
way,
be crazy,
if I
dude.
just said Ted Cluck, that would be.
I don't know if you remember this, but we had one. To me, it was magical because it was so unusual that this happens. Like, I was walking around. I think I was like dropping something off at my kid's dorm room, and like I encountered you on the sidewalk, and I didn't know your name, but you had heard me talk at something.
Everyone knows you.
Yeah, I guess
You're very known on campus.
Yeah, but you dropped like a super deep writing question on me, and I'm like, man, that kid's different, man. There's something a little different about
I wish I
about
could
our boy.
remember that question.
I know. What was
I
the
do
question?
remember the question.
What was
the question was, and it's so thoughtful, right? Because like college students aren't known for like, necessarily asking you about how you're doing or whatever. And you were like, how do you find time to continue practicing your craft when like all you do is teach? And I'm like, A, tremendous question. B, I do have to think about it a little bit because it's gotten harder. And C, what a different dude to like come at me on the sidewalk with something like that. So I will always remember that, even though I never had you in class.
I appreciate that. And
Yeah,
I am
for sure.
remembering that because I think we were walking out of the Lex
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest location to have a
Yeah, it was
have a
deep conversation, but it worked out.
But
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. Favorite prof though?
Oh yeah. Favorite prof. Okay. It's this is I don't think this is a very well-known professor. Not many people know the nursing professors.
Yeah,
But my advisor, Dr. Christina Davis.
Oh, I
she
don't know
is
her.
Amazing.
Oh, I love this.
And she's real with me. So
So how is she real with you? What has she said to you that really just kind of like, okay, I'm paying attention now.
I don't know if I could repeat it, but it's pretty much cut the crap.
Get it done,
Get
Will.
it done, or you can do this, because she, out of all the people who probably would have seen that I was going off the deep end, she was totally chill. She knew I was gonna. She said she always knew I was gonna get in the program, and not many people have said that. People look at me and they say, "William, you're a nursing major."
Yeah.
Are you sure?
mark?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I always see you around campus. You actually talk to people.
Because I feel like part of the nursing persona is like, I'm so busy, I'm always in the library, you'll never see me.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, but
And
not
I am
for you,
always
though.
in the library.
Yeah, yeah.
It's true.
But you're also like out and about doing other things.
Yes.
So.
I try so
Well done.
hard.
Yeah.
But that's, some people just come up to me and they're like, "Are you business, right?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"No,
Business.
nursing."
Shout out business.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Shout out business.
Those weirdos.
Yeah, yeah.
Weirdos.
What are you going to do after you graduate?
I think I'm still waiting for like applications to come back, but I'm just about to apply to Vanderbilt, and I want to do Vanderbilt's ER or pediatric ER.
Wow.
So I'd love to do that or an ICU setting.
Oh.
But I mean, I just want to see everything.
This
I
is
want to see everything.
Yeah.
ER, you see everything. You see
Yeah.
people off the street. And so trying to figure out if pediatrics or adult is the right move for that. But I'm going to apply to both.
Okay.
Very cool.
And where's home for you? Is that close to home for you?
It is. It's about an hour away.
Okay.
I'm in Columbia, Tennessee.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I'm impressed. We're cheering you on.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Cecily, you're getting your MBA. You're going to graduate with that in May.
Yes.
And you have a job.
I do.
Wow.
Your
You do?
first.
I
know.
I know.
What?
Breaking
Tell me this.
news.
Congrats.
Breaking news. She's got her first big girl job
I do.
Congratulations.
doing financial advising.
Yes.
Numbers and needles. We're back
Numbers
to the
and
title.
Back to it.
Full circle.
And you're
I
going.
got your finances. Just keep it alive.
I will. We'll
Okay.
do our best.
Ted, what's so fun about this? Did you know this? And if you didn't know this, I'm telling you this, or I'm reminding you that these two were also Mr. and Miss Union this year.
I did know. Yeah, I heard about that. That's a
Mr.
wild
and
thing.
Miss Union.
Yeah, wow. How's it feel to be winning all these awards?
I
you guys?
mean, voted
Is it
on,
exciting?
selected by their peers.
Yeah.
To be Mr. and Miss Union. What was that like? Was that just like, again, you look back and you go, I'm sorry, me? I'm the one that's doing this. You're putting a crown on my head. You're handing me whatever it is. What did we hand you?
medal.
The medal. Putting
Campbell.
You don't
Yeah.
get a crown.
Put the medal. I don't get the crown.
You don't get a crown, but you
I
get
don't.
a
Can I borrow your
Yeah, you
tiara
can borrow
sometime?
Yeah.
We
Okay,
should have
That would make me
brought
feel
the
really pretty.
props.
Just nested into those beautiful ringlets up there. You know, it'll
better
look great.
than me.
Yeah, yeah.
How
All
is
right, now you're just
that?
lying.
Is that so weird to think about? Like, oh my word, this is crazy.
It is. I think one thing I was talking about with someone on campus, but it's like you are a freshman and you come on campus and you see the legends, you know, just the campus
Dude,
legends.
who are the campus legends? This is a fascinating
I mean,
convo.
we've got
Yeah.
JV Martinez.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. He was Pantheon.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, my
I
kid
don't
and I
know.
have this
They're just
thing-
like the Greek gods
Yeah, yeah.
of Union University.
No, I know. Yeah, yeah.
You know, you've got Sean Otto, Tad Binkley.
Binkley.
Pantheon.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
those are
Right.
top tier.
Yeah.
I know, man.
And
Yeah.
you get into the spot, and you're like,
Yeah.
are you
Big
you
shoes to
sure?
fill.
Are you
Big
sure?
shoes to fill.
Like I don't know if freshmen see me in the same way,
Apparently.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently,
It's-
you're now a legend.
Heavy as the head that wears the crown. baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
We had our rim checks today, and I was told that I didn't have to do mine. 'cause I was supposed to.
Wow.
My
Wow.
roommate looks at me. She's like, "You should not have to do your rim check."
Tremendous.
I said, "Yeah, you're
tremendous.
right."
That's
That's
privilege.
It comes with some
incredible.
perks.
Yeah.
Comes with
That's
some perks.
incredible.
I wish we would get, free Barefoot's coffee every week.
You
Oh,
should.
man.
Maybe they should
We
add
could
that.
lobby for that.
I think we
Fran
should.
and I could talk to some people.
I think we
know
could.
people around
That
here. Yeah.
should be part. Like one. Like what do you want? One drink a week?
Yeah, just one drink a week.
One
But
drink a
look,
week would
one
be
drink
nice.
a week is
Yeah, yeah.
it's
That'd be
reasonable,
nice.
and that could
Yeah.
actually be a conversation starter. Like, hey, let's go to Barefoot's. It's on me.
Right, right. Mr. Union. No big
Yeah.
deal. Yeah, yeah.
You
More
just go up and you
socializing.
just slide the medal on the counter.
Yeah. No big deal. We don't have to dwell on it.
Yeah.
I have to bring my crown.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to bring the tiara. You have to wear it. Yeah, yeah. You have
It's
to wear
literally on
Yeah.
You
me.
hear
Yeah.
trumpets in the background.
it. Yeah, right.
Literally.
They release some doves when you walk into
Yeah.
a room. Yeah, no
That's
big deal.
awesome. That's awesome. Okay, are y'all gonna miss Union?
Oh.
Are you gonna be so
Yes.
sad when you leave us?
What if they said no? What if
I
they'd been
know.
like,
Well, hey, let's talk about that. You are gonna be sad.
Yes.
What
I'm-
have you?
I'm already mourning
what are you
right
gonna,
now.
Are
Fran.
you?
It's
Pass the Kleenex?
It's
Do we need to get the
emotionally
Kleenex
hard.
out?
It's
let the
like,
healing begin?
I
you
know.
start applying for these jobs and you think of all the big boy jobs out there, and you're like,
I know, dude.
golly, I
It's
gotta
so
leave this
weird.
place. How am I supposed to go outside of my dorm, see all my best friends
I know.
lined up in these rooms?
I know.
What am I gonna do?
It's a blow. We
I'm
don't
gonna go to
prepare you
church,
very well for
and
that.
then I'm gonna go,
Yeah.
to work,
Yeah.
and go back home.
You have to seek out the community.
Yeah,
it's tougher. It's not
Yes.
presented to you on a platter.
It's a very
you know?
intentional
Mhm.
seeking out of community whenever you leave.
That's right.
College, and it's just college is great. There's community
Yeah.
right there. I wake up and I can say good morning to my roommates,
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
and
yeah,
I
pretty
hope I can continue that after college. But I'm gonna miss Union. For
Hey,
that.
you get to come back and pass the crown, the
know.
medal.
We'll be back,
Cecily,
whether you guys
yes.
like it or not.
Yes.
Oh,
and
you have to come back and
Yes.
pass the medal.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Somewhere in
Yeah.
November.
I know.
Okay.
Whenever homecoming is.
Yeah.
Man.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel prepared? Are you ready to step out into the world?
I'm ready. It'll be sad, but I think I'm a little bit more ready than you. I'm
Yeah.
like, let's do this. But I'm also like,
Well, you've already got your
She's
undergrad.
got a job already.
I know.
right, I have a job. I'm kind of like thinking through things. Yeah, I think it'll be time. I'll cry.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
cry at graduation. But I don't get to graduate with y'all.
Really?
Because she's already graduated.
Yeah, she goes in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
I'll see
ahead
you at
of you.
graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Did you wear your tiara
I didn't
to
want.
graduate?
Oh.
I went and picked up my diploma from the office and
man.
forgot about it.
Oh man.
Glamorous.
That's.
That lovely December graduation.
I think you
That's
just
true.
need to wear it whenever you're at graduation
I'm
this,
going to.
this
Yeah,
May.
yeah, that'd
Okay, great.
You gonna rock the medal?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that a boy.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm proud. I'm proud of the position. You know.
Yeah. You should rock all your cross country medals too. Just clang around. Going up there.
Clang
I don't have any of those.
You're a ground. You're a glue guy, clubhouse guy.
Yeah, I'm a glue guy. I keep
love
the
it.
team going.
Yeah,
They call me hype man.
coach's kid,
We're there.
grinder. Yeah,
Yeah.
gym rat. You know.
Yeah.
Fran, wrap us up. I gotta go dance for
Yeah.
people.
I think y'all are amazing people. I really do. I love the fact that you are Mr. and Miss Union. I love the fact that you've represented your majors so very well. And I love the fact that you've both learned so much. You've both experienced just the goodness of God in this place. And you have stories to tell for the rest of your life about your time here at Union. And I think it's incredible. And y'all are incredible.
Thank
We
you.
love y'all.
There
We
we go.
love you.
This was a great opportunity.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's great to share some stories.
Yeah.
Well,
To
y'all,
laugh.
This is only 1%.
to laugh at
Oh
will.
my goodness. There's a lot of things to laugh about.
What is this title? Needles and what is it?
Needles
called?
and numbers.
Needles and
numbers.
numbers.
Numbers and needles.
Numbers
yeah,
and needles.
numbers and needles.
Yeah, okay. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of Let's Talk About That. We'll see you next time. Y'all have a great day.